A Raspberry Pi is a computer and it needs an operating system. So the question is, what kind of an operating system and how do we install it? Welcome to Robotics with Raspberry Pi.
The first thing that we need to do is to get the operating system for our Raspberry Pi. But before we do that, we need to prepare our micro SD card. Before we do that, we will have to format our micro SD card. So go ahead and plug your micro SD card into your computer. If you don't have a port for micro SD card, then you can use one of those USB SD card adapters. The next thing that we will have to do is download the software. And the software that I'm going to use is SD memory card formatter, which you can download from sdcard.org/downloads. If you navigate to this webpage, you will see the different versions of SD card for Windows and for Mac. So if you're using Mac, you can go with the Mac version, or if you're running on Windows, you download the Windows version. Let's go ahead and download it. Scroll down to accept all the license agreement, accept, and the download will start for you. Once this is downloaded, we will have to extract it. Now the file is downloaded, and the first thing that we will have to do is extract it. So go ahead and extract that file, extract here, and inside of this folder you will find a setup. Double click on it and the installation process will start. Click on next, accept the terms and the license agreements, next, and install. Once this installation is done, you can straight away launch the program, and this is how it looks like. This is the SD card formatter. Now this is quite a simple software. You will have to select your SD card. In my case, it's going to be E. Select quick format, give it a label, and click on format. And this will format your SD card. Be aware that all data will be erased. Now once this process is done, simply click on OK, and now we can close the SD card formatter. If we will navigate to the actual micro SD, you will see that everything is empty. The next thing that we will have to do is download Noobs. So go to raspberrypi.org/downloads/noobs, and Noobs is basically a tool which makes it easy for you to prepare your SD card. So the version that we are going to download is the offline install of Noobs, and we will download the zip archive. So scroll down, select the zip, save it on your file system. And now that we have our downloads, we will have to extract it to the SD card. So go ahead and extract everything to your SD card. And once this process is done, let's take a look at our SD card. You will see that we have all of our files right there. So now we can plug our SD memory card into our Raspberry Pi and start installation. We will need a Raspberry Pi, a mouse, a power supply for the Raspberry Pi, HDMI cable to attach the monitor, micro SD card, keyboard. Now we can plug micro SD card into the Raspberry Pi. Plug the power cable into the Raspberry Pi. Plug it into the power outlet or power bank, and you will see the Raspberry Pi booting up. Now the operating system is booting up, and on the first screen we will have to select the first option, Raspberry Pi OS 32-bit recommended, and click on install. Then you will get a warning message saying that everything will be erased from your memory card. Click on OK, and let's proceed with installation. The installation of the Raspberry Pi operating system will take a while, up to 1.5 hours. So Raspberry Pi operating system is the recommended operating system for a normal use on a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi OS is also free open source based on Debian and optimized for the Raspberry Pi hardware. It comes with over than 35,000 packages pre-compiled software bundle in nice format for easy installation on your Raspberry Pi. So now that we have our operating system ready, let's take a look at actual OS.